Let's do a Jimmy Houston 10 cast challenge. That's right. 10 cast challenge. I've got me a Lucky Strike green, a pumpkin pepper worm, a Lucky Strike pumpkin pepper lizard, not a worm. I got some worms in that package too. I may have to use those. I've dipped the tail in the tail end of it in chartreuse spike it, dip and dye, so it's got a real nice garlic flavor to it as well, garlic scent to it. Texas rig, and let's say I'm going to do a 10 cast challenge. Now, Benelli, no. In this 10 cast challenge, the other challenge would be keeping Benelli from jumping in the water and going out there and retrieving my bait, because when I throw something out, she thinks she's supposed to go retrieve it, and that is what she's supposed to do. But not when I'm fishing. She is not supposed to. Try to work a topwater around her. Can't be done. But we got to keep her from jumping in the water. Now, I got to be honest with you. I got to be totally honest with you. I came down yesterday evening, and I just fishing. Just trying to fish a few minutes. I haven't been able to fish much, taking care of Chris. But I just thought I'd come down. I told her, I said, I'm going to come down and fish about 20 minutes at the dock. So I came down and I caught a bass the first cast, about a 3-pounder, nice one. And then the second cast, feels like a bluegill there. Yeah, it was a bluegill, it wasn't a bass. Ugh, that's one of my casts gone away because I messed my worm up. You see that worm? That's what happens when you set the, no, Benelli, when you set the hook on a bluegill. I know it was a bluegill, but sometimes bass bite like a bluegill. When in doubt, whoop it out, right? When in doubt, set the hook. But anyway, I caught a fish on the very first cast, 3-pounder. The second cast, I got another nice one on. Second cast, another nice one on. And I got it up kind of close to the dock here, and it come unbuttoned. I never did see it. It felt pretty good, though, like a pretty nice fish. Then I fished about 45 minutes, never get rid of the bite. And then I finally caught one more. I caught 3 is what I caught. I actually had 4 bites, so I caught 2 more, yeah. But I fished about an hour to do it. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make 10 casts and see how many casts it takes to catch a fish. We used to have a lot of fun doing down here back before Chris got hurt. We would have people guess how many casts it would take me to catch a fish, and then guess how big the fish would be. And the closest one to the number of casts and the size of the fish, because many people would tie on the number of casts. And the size of the fish, though, we'd send them a prize packet. We'd send them a packet that had, $15, $20 worth of stuff in it. Maybe a little bit more than that. And it was a lot of fun. And Chris was shooting the video. And so she could turn the video on when she wanted to and turn it off. And I don't have Chris to shoot the video now because she's in a wheelchair and can only use that one hand. And so I've got to set it up on a tripod and try to do everything by myself, which is okay to do, except it's difficult to fish and filming at the same time. I could be using a GoPro, and I've got 2 or 3 GoPros, and set it up and just let it roll for about an hour and edit in whatever we want, but I'm not doing that. So I'm going to make 10 throws out here and see what happens. If I don't catch a fish in 10 casts, it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster. And surely I can catch a fish right out there by that tree. It's a little short on that throw. That old reel's old antique reel. It's about worn out. The fish are actually biting pretty good if you can get out there in a boat, which I haven't been able to do. I fished only 2 days during the month of August. That's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. Makes me want to throw up just thinking about it. I didn't realize that, but I look back at my calendar. 2 days. But I'm going to fish a lot this fall. Got lots of television shows to do. Probably need to do about another 12 or 13 this fall. Probably going to go down to Alabama, maybe fish with my buddy Rocky Drake, maybe fish with Richard Jean, the fishing machine. Those guys are buddies. Rocky Drake is a live bait fisherman. And so we're going to go down with him and do some live bait fishing probably. Three casts. Cast number 3. Cast number 3. Oh, it's a big one too. Golly, it's a big one. Stay away from the dock. 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 That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. I'll try to get down here. Oh, come off. Ha 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 ha. Oh. Ah. Barbless hooks. He came off. I was going to try to get down there. 3 casts. I was going to try to, doggone it. I was going to get down there and he was a little bit too big to lift in. I was going to have to lay down and get him. I tell you what, I'm going to make 1 or 2 more throws with my lucky lizard. Fish lucky, I'm fishing lucky, Golly, that breaks my heart. That was a big one too. He was every bit of 4, 4.5. No, Benelli, no. I got a little bit closer to that tree. The fish wasn't too awful far from that tree, but I hit back this side of it. I didn't hit up there where I needed to hit. Ah, breaks my heart. I didn't get any sugar out of that fish. That's the thing about it. That fish thinks he got away, but he didn't get a kiss. He's a she, by the way. In case you're thinking otherwise. Big old fat female girl. She was beautiful. Gorgeous. And that was a good bite right there. Third cast. Ah! But I didn't land it. That was the bad part about it. I'm still going to make 10 casts, okay? I'm going to let this video roll for 10 casts. See what happens. You know, see all those guys doing live. I want to do some live. I just don't know how to do it. I need to have somebody tell me how to do it. Pat or somebody. Set up some live and just come down here and set it up live and just let it roll. That's right. We can do that. Fish a little bit and talk a little bit. I'm fishing that thing all the way back. I mean, I'm not fishing it out there for a foot or 2. I'm fishing it all the way back. That other one hit it pretty far out there, though. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a cast out a little bit in the deeper water. No, Benelli. No. Well, she was getting ready to jump. She sees me throw it out there and she sees it splash. And she just wants to go retrieve. I mean, that's what she is. She's a retriever, so. But if she jumps in the water, it scares the fish away and I can't catch any. So that's a bad deal. Gosh, I wish I'd have caught that fish. What is this? Cast number 5, right? Cast number 5. Numero 5. Numero 5. Lancha. I really thought that I might get another bite or 2 a little bit quicker. Beautiful evening, dead calm just about. A little breeze out there, but not much. Raining down south of us, pretty good. Not raining here. Well, I've worked that cast number 5 all the way up to the bank, to the dock. I'm gonna turn around. What's a bite? There's a bite. Got that one. He come off too. He's about 8 inches long. Barbless hook rule. The barbless hook rule is if you get them up to the boat where you can see them, they count as a catch, okay? That's the barbless hook rule. I know a bunch of y'all laughing at Jimmy right now, but if you were out here fishing with Jimmy, you would love that rule. That's right. You would love that rule. All of my buddies love that rule. That's right. Barbless hook rule. Lucky lizard. They're biting that lucky lizard. 5 cast, 2 fish. That was just a little bitty fish right there. No, Benelli. No. She's loving it. She's loving it. I'm going to set that back a little further. She'll knock that thing over and the whole thing will go in the water. She gets excited when you're throwing stuff in the water. And she wants to retrieve. Here we go. 6 casts. This is not a big one. Maybe we can get one up there, even though it's a little one. Maybe we can get one up there where we can look at it. I've seen those others, so they count. This one is about like that one I just lost. This is a little bit, Benelli, no. No, Benelli, no. This is a little bit larger. No, Benelli, no. This is a little bit larger than that one I lost. That's a good 12-inch fish there. We're really close to the camera, Jimmy. They look bigger. That's a 12-incher. That was about a 4.5 pounder that I lost, though. That's 3 fish on my lucky lizard. No, Benelli. No, no, no. Don't try to fetch that fish. If you teach her how to fish, you get in a tournament. Every time you lost one, she just jump in there and catch it for you. You reckon the guys that complain about that? They complained about Chris practicing with me, so they would probably. No, Benelli. No, no. So they'd probably for sure complain about that. That is 3 bites in 6 casts. I got something biting it now, but I think it's a bluegill. That's a bluegill. Either that or a little bitty one's a bluegill. Hey, do I have to count that as a cast? Do I have to count that as a cast? Surely not. Certainly I don't have to. They get my worm. Got a worm. Jimmy, that's a lizard. Benelli, no. Why don't you settle down a little bit, girl? You're just full of energy. Maybe I need to be eating dog food and have energy like you got. Huh? Reckon that's it? Throw out there. I haven't thrown out there in that spot. No, don't jump in. 3 bites. That's cast number 7. I shouldn't have jerked. I thought that was a bluegill. Sometimes though, sometimes it's a bass. You know, if you're in a tournament, you need to jerk, period. But when you're just fishing like this, but then again, you don't want them to swallow the hook. So if you let them have it too long, you think, oh, that's a bluegill, that's a bluegill. They swallow the hook, and then you're in danger of maybe killing the fish. So yeah, so this would be throw number 8, right? 10 casts, that's all I'm gonna make. 10 casts, okay, 10 casts. I'm gonna make one right straight out too. Out there in about 17, 18 foot of water and see what happens. The thermocline's probably about 12 or 14 feet. I'm not positive. But the last time I was on the water with the boat, it was 12, it's about 14. Catching most of my fish. It might have been about 12. I was catching most of my fish about 8 to 10 foot right above that thermocline. Up here around the dock. Still about 15 foot deep right here where I'm fishing. I'll throw out there in a little bit deeper water. No, Benelli. No. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna get one out there. We're gonna get one in that deep water. 5 pounder. 5 pounder coming up. Just throw number 8 or number 9. Number 9, I think. Number 7 really shouldn't account because of that bluegill. I didn't get much of a cast out of that. Didn't get much of a cast at all out of that. If you think you might be getting below that thermocline, you can always swim that lizard a little bit more, swim a worm a little bit more to stay above it. Swimming a worm is not a bad way to fish it at all, or swimming a lizard. Swimming any kind of soft plastic is not a bad way at all. We have a tendency to want to fish them, letting them fall, and pick them up and let them fall, pick them up and let them fall. And that's probably the best way to fish them, without a doubt. But you can actually just swim them back to the boat, especially one that's got the curly tail on it, like that lucky lizard. One don't bite it pretty quick. This is cast number 9. Only one more cast is all I got. One more. Cast number 10. Yesterday, I caught one of about 4 pounds. He was right close to the dock. I worked it all the way back in. Right here around the dock wouldn't be a bad place to throw it. Great cover. All these poles going down 15 foot to the bottom. Just throw it and bring it parallel down through the dock. That ought to be my number 10 cast. But it's not going to be. No, no, no. Is that a bluegill? Yep, that was a bluegill hit. Ah, God. That's another bluegill. It's another bluegill. Okay, I got one cast, guys. Guys and girls, I got one cast left. You've seen one fish. That's pretty pathetic, isn't it? Should have saw 3. That first one, I'd have got that first one. I was just messing around. I'm going to throw right off out that way as far as I can throw. So reel won't cast very far. It's pretty old. I'm going to turn that around. And you're going to see the biggest fish of the day right here. Cast number 10, the last cast in the 10 cast challenge. Now I'll count this because of the barbless hooker. I'll count 3 fish in 10 casts. Even though you've only seen one of them, I saw all 3 of them. That first one was a dandy. If I'd had Patton here with me, he would have been down on that fish and you'd seen him jumping, splashing around and seen him come unbuttoned. You would have seen him come unbuttoned. You know, this may be a pure boring video to you, but it's fun to me. I'm having a ball. I guess I need to get me one of them GoPros and I'm right around my neck. You're looking out there winding, you know, and throwing baits out and winding and all that kind of stuff. And then just send the little card to Pat and let him figure out how to make something out of that. I think I got one of them little things you wear around you and put that GoPro on. Well, I'm getting close back up to the dock and I hadn't got a bite on cast number 10. This is the last cast too. 10 cast challenge. 3 fish and 10 casts. It's pretty good. And 2 brim bites on 2 of the other casts. So that's a bite, half of the cast. I know what you're saying. Yeah, Jimmy, we've seen 1 fish. You're talking all these hot dog numbers. And that's exactly right. You're exactly right. Well, I'm just about back to the boat, back to the dock. I caught one right there yesterday. So that's a good spot. Okay. That's the last cast in the 10 cast challenge right there. So I got 3 fish on, so it's the last cast in the 10 cast challenge. No, Benelli. No. No. The last cast. Last cast. I got to catch one down the dock. Ah, bluegill ate it up and I set the hook on it like an idiot. Golly. I know my lizard's messed up. Didn't get to fish much of the dock. There are so many. My lizard's not messed up. It's gone. It's gone. Can you quit? Can you actually quit on a situation like that? Can you quit on a situation like that? I'm going to get me a little Lucky Strike worm. June bug color. Purple with green flake. Boy, she just about knocked that over. I mean, she just about knocked that over. Listen to the geese. They're not flying. They're just down there raising cane. Texas rig gut worm. Run that in like that. When you get back up here, you want a skin hook, like I've done right there. Oh, there's a bunch of geese. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 of them right there in that bunch. Oh, there's 2 flying there, 3 more. I could have got my limit of geese right here. I'm gonna try. No, Benelli. I'm gonna try. I gotta bring it down the edge of this dock. I know it's an extra cast, but I gotta bring it down to the edge of this dock because I believe I can catch one. I believe there's one laying under that dock. If I can just get down there without a bluegill getting a hold of it. I'm gonna bring it right down by the edge of it. So far, that's not working very good at all. Okay, that's it. That's it. No fish. I just about got it. No, Benelli. No. I just about got to throw on this side of the dock also. This is the short side. That's not even hardly a cast. It's like a half a cast. I guess there was 50 or 60. Oh, look at all those geese. Wow. Did y'all see those? Did y'all see those? Oh, they're flying right over my head. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I should have been taking a picture of geese instead of fishing. That was pretty. They were flying right over. Oh, how many were up there? Must have been 50 or 60 geese. I don't know how many have come by. It's about 15 in that bunch. I still hear more up in the end of the lake. They're going out to feed. They're going to go out and feed at night. Feed on somebody's alfalfa field or something. Golly, I can't believe I hadn't had another bite. Okay, well that's the end of the 10 fish challenge right there. We didn't do that good, but we tried. So 10 fish, 10 count. I swear that's the last cast. I swear that's the last cast. Benelli, you've been good. She hadn't jumped in, scared the fish. Maybe she should have. I could have ended this challenge. 3 casts. So the third cast I caught one. He come unbuttoned, but I got a good look at him. I was getting over there to try to land him. I sure want to take a closer look at that fish. It was a nice fish, 4.5 pounds. You want to know how I knew he was 4.5 pounds? He had scales. That's a corny joke. I've been laughing at it all my life. God, it's a great place to catch one right there. Must not be one there. He'd bite my June bug worm. Okay. No more last cast. I know what they're thinking. They're thinking, Jimmy, you're going to turn the camera off and keep fishing. And you're right. Fish lucky. And remember, I sure do love you.